I graduated from Slippery Rock in 2016. When I was still a junior in Slippery Rock, I didn't quite know what I wanted to do. I was a business management major. I was starting to get pretty nervous about that, what path I wanted to take, until I took Dr. Clark's training and development class and then recruitment and selection. At the time, Slippery Rock didn't have an HR major or a minor, but they offered some classes that Dr. Clark taught all of them. So immediately when I took those classes, I had an instant spark. I saw the passion that Dr. Clark had in teaching and training, and I really looked to her as a mentor to help me get started in my career. From there, I took an internship my senior year of college, and I was lucky enough to start a full-time role in that employer right after college. So from there, I worked about 5 years in that field until going into my current employer, which is Marmon Keystone. So we are based out of Butler, Pennsylvania, and we are a supplier of steel pipe and tubing. I've had a couple different roles in human resources since being here, but I'm now a talent manager, building our workforce and making sure that people are on the right seat on the bus and that they're happy, which all in turn relates to retention. So one thing that I noticed when I was here is that we didn't have an intern program. And that was something that I really thought the company could benefit in. So I started getting in touch with Dr. Clark. I would go to her classes. I would speak to her classes. So fast forward a couple years, by summer of 2023, we're up to 17 interns. Although we're located across the U.S., all but one of them were located in our East Butler, Pennsylvania office. And the majority of them were all Slippery Rock students. We won at Marmon Keystone, Marmon Holdings, which is our parent company. We won the award for diversifying and attracting talent for having the largest intern program amongst Marmon Holdings. We're actually the smallest company out of all of them, and we happen to win because we had such a big and robust intern program.
Hello everyone, my name is Rocco Martini. I'm a 2018 graduate from Slippery Rock University where I studied health and safety management, and I'm currently a safety specialist at Shell Polymers in Monaca, PA. Throughout my time at Slippery Rock, I had many professors and mentors that really helped me along my journey. There's too many to name right now. With that being said, I was also involved with the Society of Safety Professionals chapter at Slippery Rock University, and that really gave me an opportunity to meet new people and development seminars as well as grow my network. So among my many duties as a safety specialist here at Shell Polymers Monaca, I do a lot of training, I do a lot of assurance checks, I do field visits, but the overall goal of my job is to ensure a safe and healthy working environment for not only our Shell Polymers employees, but our contract partners who work here on site as well.
So I am currently a lab safety specialist with AstraZeneca, and I've been a safety professional for 7 years now. So I guess the biggest thing is graduating Slippery Rock is you will meet Slippery Rock alumni everywhere. My first internship, my supervisor was a Slippery Rock alum. My first job, my team and my boss were all Slippery Rock alums. So that just, goes to show that Slippery Rock creates a great education and the network's great, which is why it's good to keep those connections, and that's really helped me a lot. So first, I would like to thank Dave Mulvihill. He's a fellow SRU grad and my first boss right out of college, who took a chance on me when I had no experience and gave me the opportunity to learn the ins and outs of safety. And then I would also like to thank Kelly Bailey for her talent in bridging the gap between students and alumni, because that is what helped me a lot in my career, is the art of networking gave me so many opportunities.
Hi, I'm Jeff Geibel, graduated from Slippery Rock actually twice. First in 2007, my undergrad, School of Business with a major in finance. And then about 10 years later, found my way back to Slippery Rock for my MBA program and with a graduation in 2018. I think the first go-round undergrad really just helped me get a foundation to get a start in business and understand how things work. 10 years later, it was really awesome coming back for that MBA program, having a little bit of experience in industry, but had reached a point in time in my career where things weren't going quite the way I wanted to, and I was looking for a change. And that second go in the MBA program really tied it all together. It helped create a deeper understanding of things, and it opened a door. I had an opportunity to begin at Edward Jones here job lined up 3 months before graduation. They waited on me to finish up some classes, and so happy in what my career has done. Dr. John Meisner, it was awesome in my undergrad. He was somebody that was from the industry, worked on the Chicago Board of Exchange, and just had a lot of great insights into the kind of work that I do. I was intrigued working with him. And then Dr. John Golden was really cool to see. 10 years later, I had him twice. Had him in the first go round with a short haircut and a much longer hair 10 years later. But Dr. Gold was also very influential. Currently, I work as a financial advisor with Edward Jones here in Butler, right along Main Street in my hometown. Love what I do. Been doing it for 16 years in the industry.
So I am the corporate and community giving manager at Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. I've been there about 5 years, which is pretty exciting. And then I'm also an adjunct professor at Point Park University for about 5 years. And I've been an adjunct at Pitt for about 2 years. So at Point Park, I'm in the community engagement department, and I mostly teach first-year students about engaging in the community and transitioning into living in a city for the first time, which is cool. At Pitt, I teach in the Graduate School of Social Work. So I get to teach a lot of community organizing classes or working with groups. I've taught research, which was fun. I really started getting interested in teaching at Slippery Rock when I was in the nonprofit department and was just really inspired by one of the professors there, Alice Del Vecchio. And so when I ended up getting my PhD from Point Park, I just thought it would be a great way to stay in the field with my job at the food bank and really be doing a lot of that community work, but then still connecting with students. You know, definitely Professor Alice Del Vecchio was super prominent in my Slippery Rock career and has also just stayed on as a great mentor. I think one of my most inspiring moments at Slippery Rock was actually when I came back as a professor for one semester, where I taught a fundraising class in the nonprofit department.
So my name is Sarah Brennan. I graduated from Slippery Rock University in 2020. I was a double major in Homeland Security and Corporate Security, and I had a concentration in fraud. Upon graduation, I started to work for First National Bank of Pennsylvania in their Pittsburgh headquarters office, and I'm a physical security planner for them. Susan Lubinsky is just amazing. What she does for the students and continues to do for the students is top notch. I actually run our internship program at First National Bank, and every single summer I'm reaching out to Dr. Lubinsky and Brian Wisniewski to see what students are up to and if they want to come work for the bank. I also do a lot of work with the United Way of Southwest PA. Giving back and volunteering is really important to me. My family grew up with foster kids, and ever since I was little, it was just something that I always wanted to do. Or when I got on campus my freshman year, I realized that there wasn't a club or activity for me. I wanted a way to feel connected with other people like me and in my major, so I actually created the Security Studies Club my freshman year, and I served as the first president for the first 2 years of my time at Slippery Rock.
My name is Alex Mowry. I'm a 2015 graduate of the School of Communication with an emphasis in emerging technology and multimedia. I now work at the University of Pittsburgh in the Office of University Communications and Marketing as a social media content strategist. I had the opportunity to be involved in a lot of student organizations on campus during my 4 years there. I held multiple jobs all at one time because I just felt like I needed to be involved in I think everything that I possibly could. One of the biggest things I involved myself with was the Rocket newspaper. I remember showing up my first or second week of school, and I just told them, I like to take pictures. Is there any way that I can do this for you? And I remember being thrown out that first couple weeks of school to a home football game with a camera that I had never touched before, not knowing how to use this camera in conditions that I was not familiar with. And I remember being like on the phone with my dad, who was in the stands, asking him questions about how to work this camera that I had never touched before. And it was one of those trial by fire and just learn by doing opportunities that I think still I love today as an adult and as a professional in the field. I had the opportunity to learn from a lot of just amazing people here at Slippery Rock. There are professors in the communications department, and there's just people that I worked for at the university, whether it was in enrollment services or admissions or in the president's office, that really just left their stamp on me. And I can't thank them enough for all of the time that they gave me. Currently in my role at the University of Pittsburgh as a content strategist for our social media team is I take a lot of the content that my team makes, whether that be the photo team in our office or the video team or even our student social media interns, and find ways to leverage that content on social media to push the brand that is the University of Pittsburgh. I have a team of such unique perspectives, and it makes every day seem like an adventure, and it's super fun. Coming from California and coming to a school like Slippery Rock, I didn't know anybody, but that was one thing that I think made my time at Slippery Rock so influential. I had the opportunity with Slippery Rock to be a big fish in a small pond, and that opened the doors for so many opportunities that I get to be a part of now.
My name is Sarah Hammond, and I am the state director for an LGBT organization statewide called Fairness Pennsylvania, and I was previously the legislative director for the Pennsylvania AFL-CIO, representing over 700,000 union members and their families across Pennsylvania. Working in the capacity that I had through Slippery Rock, through both the departments that I was part of, as well as with a number of mentors, some of which I'm sure are here today, really gave me the opportunity to learn how to have and take the confidence in creative autonomy to be able to take that a step forward and be confident in the arenas I'm in. I do really want to give a shout to the entire communications department. There's been so much support, but really one person I want to give a shout to is Professor Tom Flynn. Dr. Flynn was the chair of the department when I was a freshman and all through my entire career at Slippery Rock for undergrad. And in that capacity, as someone who was shockingly very timid at the time, was very nervous, didn't know how to have outreach. He emailed me one time and was like, "Sarah, I have not seen you at all this semester. What's going on? Let's have a talk." And I stopped in his office, and from there I felt like I had a pedestal that really launched me to be able to build a platform and not only utilize the resources that were at Slippery Rock and through the comms department, but to transition into making and building my own degree and what I wanted to get out of it through the comms department there. For mentors such as Christine Peace Hernandez, for David Keppel, for Val Schwartz, for so many folks who had just a long-lasting impact. Patrick Beswick and his work through the student affairs offices and through residence life had such a profound impact on me, not only in my time at Slippery Rock when I was going through a number of personal challenges, but far beyond in how I learned how to interact and how I approach my interactions with folks today.
So my name's John David Longo. I have the honor of serving as mayor of Slippery Rock Borough. I'm in my 7th year as mayor here in Slippery Rock, and I'm also an educator at Butler County Community College. Slippery Rock University has undoubtedly had a profound impact on my life, and certainly has led me in the direction of all my successes, and has definitely helped me in my mission for what it is that I want to do with my life. And those included serving, so not just in the capacity of local politics, but definitely as an educator. Now, without the credentials that I earned at Slippery Rock University, I wouldn't have been qualified to enter the classroom. And certainly not a classroom at a prestigious place like Butler County Community College that's a great partner of our community and of our university. I really like to recognize here at this moment my grandmother, Roberta. It's her that prompted me to become a student or enroll at Slippery Rock University. She was a student at Slippery Rock State College back in the 60s. It was her that put Slippery Rock into my mind. My parents, along with her, that had encouraged me to become a student. And because of them, I was able to move through my undergrad and my master's at Slippery Rock University, and it helped me get to where it is that I am today. And I also want to recognize Dr. John Hicks, He has been a mentor of mine and a friend of mine. And Dr. Hicks now, who has continued to be a friend and a partner of mine serving in our local government. Likewise, Dr. Bob Watson, who was kind enough to introduce me to him and his network. Dr. Jason Hilton is another one who was always forthcoming and friendly. He was hospitable, always willing to lend a helping hand. And I'd also like to make a shout out to our former athletic director at Slippery Rock University, Mr. Paul Lucan. Again, this is an individual who's always been kind and gracious. He's somebody that I respect thoroughly. I've always come to him for advice on a number of things. He always gave me a chance to show what it was that I was capable of doing. And he was responsible really for introducing me to the community that is Slippery Rock and the surrounding area.
And I've been a teacher for 10 years. I've been a coach for 16 years. Slippery Rock has shaped my experience as an educator and coach in many ways. I think mostly to the relationships I had with my professors during my time at Slippery Rock. I can think back to professors like Dr. Randy Nichols, Dr. Ethan Hall, Dr. Hannah Brewer, who's now Dr. Hannah Hall, just walking into their classroom and you can feel, I recall still feeling just cared for and thought of being a student in their class. And that's something that went beyond the classroom walls. So, I loved being at Slippery Rock. I thought it was one of the best places to be, but it was for sure the professors that impacted me the most. And I've actually had the ability to continue to work with a lot of them. During my time at Hampton, we partnered with Slippery Rock and their health and physical education, which is now their school wellness program. Slippery Rock provided a tremendous community that I was a part of both in and outside of class. That's where I met my wife. She has a big role in just who I've become, and I met her there at Slippery Rock. And so she's definitely another person I would like to give a big shout out to.
I attribute everywhere I am right now from my professors at Slippery Rock University.
Professor Tom Flynn,
Dr. Clark,
Dr. John Hicks.
The knowledge, the skills, and the abilities that place has instilled in me as a professional really catapulted me in my career, especially in my early years.
I'm flattered and I'm honored.
Just very honored.
So thankful to win this award. Being in a part of the community and continuing to have a connection to Slippery Rock is something that honestly I didn't really even know how that would work after I graduated. It happened so naturally.
And I couldn't thank Slippery Rock enough for that.
Go Rock.